What's up, YouTube? I'm Sierra,
And I'm Blue.
and we are back with another video. So we're just gonna jump right into it, but we got some random questions that we thought of and found online, threw them all in a bucket, and we're just gonna pull it out and see how it goes. So you go first, babe.
Well, I gotta go
Come
first.
on.
Rock, paper, scissors, it.
No, come on. You know you have an advantage.
I do. I'm going with it. Come on, come on.
I always lose rock paper scissors, y'all.
All
Go.
right, baby. Okay. So this is our first question. Sheesh. Okay. If your friends and family don't like the person you are dating, should you leave? Personally, I believe that you should leave. Well, at least think about leaving. It depends on why those people don't like them, and I would definitely say it matters on how many people don't like them in your family and friends. Because I just can't see like all your family and friends just being totally against your relationship or anything like that. I just can't
For
see
no
that.
reason.
Yeah, it has to be some kind of reason, and I know like when people are able to be outside of the situation, as far as like basically when you have a bird's eye view, you're not being influenced by feelings or love or anything that's coming from that person, then you may be able to see something a little bit clearer.
Right.
It's kind of like the pilot or the control tower telling the pilot how to land in a storm almost.
Right.
So I guess I think that while you may not actually like break up with them, I think you should like think about it as far as like what's going on that even makes them say that in the first place.
Yeah, I agree. Should you live with someone before you get married? I would say absolutely. I think the only way to really know somebody is to see them when they're not trying to put on a show or not trying to have their best foot forward. It's best to see someone through all seasons. And I feel like it's a different experience when you're living with someone versus when you just know them publicly or basic, like when you're on dates or hanging out. I feel like like for instance, someone could be very clean, very organized, and they could be in love with someone and not know that person is messy until they live together. Because of course, if you're on a date or you're dating someone and you have someone coming over, the first thing you're going to do is clean up. So to the person that's coming over, it seems like they're just a clean person just like you. When you move in, that's when you'll be like, okay, you know what? You have me fooled. You're not that clean. So I definitely think that it gives you an advantage to see what you're looking or what you're getting yourself into for the long run.
I can see that because I can say I was a little bamboozled. No, I wasn't even talking about me being messy. Kidding. No, but I will say that you are like cleaner than me, like almost on that level of like, I don't know, you pick out every single little dust. Like you and my mom are exactly like the same way when it comes to that. But I was more so even talking about like, I love you, baby. It's all good. How much you eat? Like you did not do that when we first met. I'm so serious. No, like I didn't really realize like how much food you ate because you weren't eating around me. Like you were like eating like how you say you were eating before, or you eat a little bit, and if I say, "Are you hungry?" You were like, "No." But now that I know, like, and we would live together, you cannot hide that mess.
I eat a lot.
Huh?
I eat a lot.
Yeah, you do, and don't gain anything.
I mean, I'm getting a little thick. Don't lie. Okay, I got thick over the years.
You did.
Thank you. Put some respect on my thickness.
Yeah, you did like some 10 pounds.
Thanks. 15.
Okay. Oh, 15. Okay, I'll give you your 5. I'll give you your 5. All right, let's see. All right, let's pull a good one. Oh. Do you believe parents should put their children out at 18?
That's a good one.
No, I think that that's a pivotal moment for people. I think honestly, I think in the past it was a bit more known that people like would leave, home early, but I think like now and like the economics that we have now, I don't think people are leaving home as early, being able to get their own homes and things like that. But I think it's pivotal to have your 18-year-old at home because you're literally just getting out of high school.
Right.
So I do know that there was people like in my class that told me like, oh, my parents said I got to be out by the time I'm 18. So literally high school and on their own. So I don't think that it's necessarily a good idea. I think those are the years that you can be like facilitating even more, motivation and passion and discipline, because I don't think a kid is until 18 years old. That's totally like a government thing. Like I still call my parents and talk to my mom and dad for stuff that, I may have questions about or need. And, I'm over, I'm 30, I'm 31 now. So at this time, I'm still asking them questions. So I can just imagine like if 18 was a cutoff, that's a little bit dramatic that I'm thinking about it.
Right. That's a good answer.
Thank you.
You're welcome. Let me get a good one.
Yeah. Let's see.
I'm feeling good about this one. Have you ever had an issue with your sexuality and religion? So for me personally, I'm going to say the answer is no. I've never had an issue with sexuality and religion. I just came on this earth knowing that God created me, God loved me, God put me here for a reason, for a purpose. So I don't believe that my sexuality has anything to do with that. So I'm gonna say the answer is no. I don't believe in that. I don't believe in that. I believe that God, He knows exactly who I am. He knew who I was before I was born. So He put me on this earth for a reason, and He don't make no mistakes.
I see that. Yeah, I feel the same way on that level. Like I didn't have an issue with my sexuality and religion. Like it was never like a thing that was like something that was an issue that I ever had to overcome. Like I just had that relationship with God. Like we right here, we good, So that's my stance on it.
And our relationship will be the proof because God literally made our soulmate a woman.
Exactly. Like I know, like God had me meet you, and I know that we were made for each other, like exactly how we are and everything. So I can never say like God is against us or against me or anything like that. Like we're made in His image, and He loves us just as much as He loves anybody else. And we'll be at those heaven gates and beyond with Him, like when it's our time to pass. So I don't have any like qualms about that at all.
And He showers our marriage with blessings too.
He surely does.
He be hooking us up all the time. So I can't believe that.
Yeah. So I don't even know which one to pick. I accidentally picked two.
Give me one.
Okay. Let's see. Fill in the blank. If I'm in love, it's because I've been made to feel safe and feel that same love that I've been given out in return. And if I'm in love, it's because like we are compatible and on every level that has come.
Right.
So that's how I know like when I'm in love, like those things have happened or occurred.
Cute. Let's see. It's a little tiny one. Tips on making a marriage work. Well, I'll just start with saying that I believe that if you're with your soulmate, it's easy. I don't believe in the whole phrase that marriage is hard or love is pain or you got to put in work to stay married. Like I believed that before I met you, but now that I've experienced our relationship, it showed me that stuff's not true. We haven't had one major conflict. We haven't had like anything that we couldn't overcome. Like, and of course we have things that we don't see eye to eye on or we don't agree on, but we never had anything like that we just super opposed on. So I feel like when you're with your soulmate, marriage is not that hard. And we never had to seek out tips because God put us, God chose us to be together. So I do believe when you're with the right person, it just works. It just works. But I would say like constantly dating each other, constantly having fun, you know. I feel like whatever energy you enter the marriage with, you need to keep it up. You know, don't be so fun and outgoing and then after you get married, you know, switch it up and, you know, don't want to do anything. So I believe being consistent with the values that you guys created in the first place is important. I think staying faithful is the major thing. That's the main thing. And I believe just having trust in your partner because I know a lot of marriages fail because of money issues, but even no matter what financial obstacles we've experienced in the past, it was never like a I'm gonna break up with you. You know, we always work on it together. So
yeah, it's always been a team.
Yeah, we're always like united. So I think when you find your soulmate and you guys get married, I think it's just gonna be perfect and fun.
Nice. Would you be cool with allowing your significant other to dance with someone else?
Well,
I don't know. I honestly, okay. I actually had told you like you could go dance with it, like that guy. It was like this guy. We were in Vegas, and he looked like so like
out of his element.
Yeah, and you could tell like he really wanted to dance, but he was just looked so nervous and so scared and stuff like that. And I remember telling you, like, go dance with him, like, and I was like,
I was
cool
so
about it.
confused. I was like, what? Why? But then I saw him. I saw what you saw, and saw that like, oh, he really wants to dance. You know, he just. I feel like it was probably his first time in the club. I think he said he was celebrating a birthday or something. So you could tell, I could tell he wanted to, but he was never gonna just jump in there, you know. So, and then remember when I was like, let's dance, he was like, me?
Right?
Like, yeah, come on.
His eyebrows was like all the way to his scalp, like me, like just so shocked, like you want to dance with me? Like,
so under certain circumstances, you'll let me dance with somebody. Only if you let me, only with your permission.
I guess so.
You gotta approve first.
Yeah, I guess I gotta approve first, cause like I know there's some people I was like,
Yeah.
Like, no.
You know what Ice Cube said?
What?
He said, freaky gyration is close to fornication. It's true. Freaky gyration is close to fornication.
Really?
So that's what he said.
Okay, so what would you allow me to dance with someone else?
No.
No.
Because I don't think you will ever need to. What would be the need, you know? Why?
Okay.
There's no reason.
Let me come to me. What if they just be like, oh, can I cut in?
I'm going to just say no.
Okay, well, I guess I'm not dancing with nobody. Well, it don't matter anyway, because, you know, I don't really know how to dance.
You know, like you can't dance anyway. So even if someone wanted to dance, you know, she could dance with somebody else.
Yeah, I can't. Yeah, I don't really dance like that. I'm not about my head.
But say you do have a cute little two-step.
Yeah. Aw.
You do.
Yeah. I got something.
Hey, turn up. All right, my turn. Do gay and lesbian relationships have a role? So I personally think that like every relationship is different. I believe that some gay relationships do have a role. You know, some straight relationships don't have a role. So I just believe that, especially in this day and age, I feel like it's purely based on the individual relationship. I wouldn't necessarily say we have a role, but low key, because there's certain things that I won't do, like take the trash out. Well, I will do it sometimes, but most of the time I won't take the trash out. Most of the time, like I won't kill a bug. You know, when we walk our dog, like I don't pick up poop. You know, so I think like we do have certain roles, but I don't think is based on like because we're in a lesbian relationship, we have to have these roles, you know? Because, for instance, if that were true, we went by traditional roles, I would be cooking and cleaning, you know, but you cook.
A chef.
You chef.
I'll be chef.
Yeah. So I think it just depends on the relationship and what they establish.
Yeah, I definitely can agree with that. I think there's just sometimes that, you may take on certain tasks or certain things that you might do, that I guess there are some things that some people will see like more as the masculine role as far as like, doing stuff outside or, picking up the poop, taking out the trash, like I guess more labor, like labor outdoors, I would say.
Yeah.
But I think it's just certain tasks that you take on. So it doesn't necessarily have to be a role, but there are people that definitely feed into the role and they like that. That's where they want to be. So I think it just, like you said, dependent upon the relationship.
I agree.
So it's my turn, right?
Yeah.
I don't even know what's in this bucket. I'm a little nervous.
I'm about to see.
All right.
Pick a good one.
Okay, here we go. We picking this one. What is your sexuality and how would you describe it? I think I'm plain and simple. Just I'm a lesbian.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, I've always been that. I've only, had relationships and dated and did anything with women. So yeah, I'm a lesbian. Just nice, easy, simple lesbian.
Right. You said nice, easy, and simple.
Right, there you go.
Nothing complicated behind this one.
Just straight up, straightforward. You know what it is.
Who put this? You put this in here.
No, I didn't.
Yeah, this is your handwriting.
Oh, what is it?
It says name a funny story / memory or embarrassing. Let me think of something funny.
There we go.
Let me think. No, I could just tell y'all an embarrassing story. It's fine. It was so long ago. I've grown. Okay, so one time in 6th grade, we used to have, we had PE, obviously, but it was a rainy day. So when we had PE in my school, we would do it inside the gym, and they would separate us by gender. So all the boys would be inside the basketball court, and the girls would be like doing their laps around the court, and then they would switch it, and the girls would sit down, and the boys would go out. So, and they had speakers, because the gym teacher would be telling everybody in the gymnasium. So they had to have like surround sound in there. So they had the boys like in the circle and the girls are supposed to be like running around. And so like literally all the 6th grade boys are just like in the middle, just watching us. Right. And so we were running and the teacher, she was like, like, give me some squats, give me whatever. And then so at this point she was like, run. So we were running and it was a rainy day. So like, I don't know who got the floor slippery, but the floor was slippery. And I literally like slipped while hitting the curb. Like I slipped right in the like right in front of the speaker. So it's not even like I slipped somewhere off to the side. I slipped right in front of the speaker and it was like, dude. And like everybody heard, and I'm like, this is the worst day. I should stay home. So yeah, but that was in the 6th grade. I've healed. That's a long time ago.
So did you like get up graciously, or did you like look around?
I just got up. I'm not one of those to like stay and relish in it longer. I hopped right up. I kept running. I didn't talk to nobody about it. I just kept running. Hopefully nobody saw. I feel like it was one of those, if you saw, you saw. If not, you missed out. I hopped up so quick. I was not playing. I'm about to just stay. I hopped up.
Sprung up real quick.
Not to mention I was taller than all the girls too, so that just adds a little more visual.
That does.
See the tall person disappear and come back. That was me.
Let me see. Let's see. Next question. What would you say the most important thing for a relationship to have so it will last? I think one of those questions that also depend on the relationship, just because I think it's the most important, but I guess that's the question. What do I believe is the most important? For us, it would be God. Like, I like having God as a third person in our marriage.
Right.
We follow God and we know that, he's here and he shows us grace and everything. So that's something that I incorporated into our family unit that we're creating is, God and having that leg and having that entity to stand on and believe in.
Everything else is secondary.
Exactly, because I believe if when you follow God, like everything else will fall into place.
I agree. That was cute. That was beautiful.
Thank you.
I love that answer.
You over here trying to make me blush.
No. Okay, why am I picking all these revealing questions?
What is it?
And you wrote this one again.
I don't believe it.
It says,
no face, no case.
Girl, I see your handwriting. I know how you write. It says, what is one thing that scares you? I guess for me personally, one thing that scares me is not fulfilling what I'm here on earth to do. Just getting so caught up in my own head that I don't just stay in alignment with what I'm here to do. Like, I don't want to get to heaven and God be like, you did great, but you also had these other things, or you had these other lives to save, or you had, your light was supposed to get shed in this spot. I just want to make sure that every single thing, not some of it, every single thing that God created me to do, I want to make sure I get that done.
So you want to complete your purpose, your mission that was given to you.
Fully completed, 100%. I don't want it to be 99, because I'm gonna be salty about that one thing,
You can't talk about me no more.
No, this is with life. I'm saying yours was with school, y'all. She used to be so pressed about her grades. She got a 98% on a test and emailed the professor to debate on why she needs to get 100. And then the teacher actually changed it. And
they were wrong.
You was hot about that 2%.
Because they were.
I'm like, babe, an A is an A.
I literally missed one question, and the teacher had that question wrong, and the computer said it was wrong because they had chosen the wrong answer. So I feel like that was a great deed that I did for anybody else.
That's true. Always advocate for yourself.
Yeah, I deserve that 100%.
Yeah, you got it, baby. You got it.
I did.
Shining star.
Well, we know you want your 100 out of your life.
I do.
So that I like that one.
Thanks.
I want to complete every part. Let's see.
We trying to switch them up.
I'm not. I'm just. Ooh, I think I tore this one.
Try to pick another one then.
Okay.
Don't be trying to look.
I wasn't. I can't see them. They're crumpled up, you guys. So
that one is ripped.
This one's ripped. I guess I ripped it. It's fine though.
It's fine.
Let's see. Would you rather be able to talk to animals or speak human languages, all human languages that exist? Honestly, I'm down to see what the animals gotta say, because I done heard humans.
More than enough.
Yeah, I'm good off of what the humans got to say. I heard I'm trying to see what the dogs and the lions and the bears, tigers, all
right.
What y'all gotta say?
Right.
Just let me know a little something.
I'm trying to talk to the sea creature that goes the furthest to the bottom of the ocean, that travels the deepest. That's who I'm trying to talk to. What's going on down there? What it look like?
You gonna have to talk to some anglerfish and them little vertebrae that you remember on Finding Nemo, all them down there.
To him. He had his own little light. I like that because I got my own light too. She's like, we vibing. Come on, we vibing. It's on me.
Yeah, it's on you.
We'll see. Hope I get something good.
Well, no, let's see.
Do you believe in love at first sight? I would say 100% because I've known people that have fallen in love at first sight. So I don't feel like I could just not believe in something when somebody has clearly shown me that it's real.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know. Was I in love with you at first sight? I felt very connected to you at first sight. I feel like I knew you at first sight. I wouldn't say I was in love at first sight because, I'm a G. I don't be just falling in love like that. So I would definitely say I do believe in that for sure.
She said I'm a G. All right, let me see. Oh, don't revoke my black card, but I alluded to that one a little bit earlier. Don't revoke my black card, but can't really dance like that. I have a little rhythmic challenge, but I'm good at bobbing my head in a nice two step. So I think I got the bounds to make it, cool and everything. But yeah, dancing's totally not my thing. Like I'm so happy, like as humans, like that's not how we have to attract a mate.
You single for life.
You know what? I would have to figure it out.
I would have found you. I'm like that bird cute. Why is she not dancing? Let me see.
See, then that would have worked out. That would have worked out. But yeah, don't revoke my black card. But I'm not really a dance. Can't really dance like that.
It's okay.
Yeah.
You're still great. What do you consider red and green flags in a relationship? Okay, so actually, y'all, we did a whole video about this, so make sure to go back to our channel and check out the first video. But red and green flags for me personally is attentiveness, consistency, showing that the person can rely on you, showing that you add value to their life, and communication. Those are and honesty. Yeah, those would be my biggest ones, like honesty, because I'm a very real person. Like I'm a Sagittarius. I do not lie. So I do my best to make sure that I always, spread truthful and accurate information. And that's not something I play around with or take lightly. Like if somebody lies to me, I feel like all trust is dissolved. Like I cannot trust you if I don't even know what you're saying is real. So if someone is honest, like that's one of the major things that I gravitate to.
I like that. But make sure you guys go back on that video. We, spread a lot of.
Oh, it said red flags too, though.
Yeah, red flags. Did you do it?
The question said that.
Oh, okay, yeah. Make sure you guys go back on that video and look at the green flags, and we did give some red flags.
Yeah.
So
it was a lot.
Yeah, make sure you check it out.
Yeah, go ahead.
Let me see. Let's see.
You pulling two again?
I think so. I keep having to like pull them apart because yours is like itty bitty.
Because I typed them.
I know, it's like
being dramatic now.
Need a magnet. No, it's playing. Do you think couples therapy is beneficial? I think couples therapy is definitely beneficial to couples. I'm just unsure, and maybe that I'm just naive to the fact of like how it would be beneficial with people that are already like basically thriving. Okay, like thriving. Yeah. How would it be beneficial like for them? Like what would they get out of it if they like? Because I'm not even sure. What do you even talk about when you sit down, or do they just tell you to talk about
any problems?
Yeah, like what do you talk about? Say? Yeah, so it's kind of like I do think it would be beneficial, but I just think that anything that you do can be beneficial. So maybe I just don't know what it is. So, but I think for sure couples that are going through something and psychologists or psychiatrists can, guide them through that and navigate and help them. Yes, I see the benefit there. As far as when it comes to couples that are already thriving and in a good space, I'm sure that maybe they can give you some kind of like practices or like, like, I don't know, some homework, something that you could do and get, even more together, more immersed.
Pick up some gems along the way.
Exactly. They gotta have something from, all these relationships they help. So I would feel like they have to have something that would help people that are already thriving.
Yeah, I can see that. Should you forgive a cheater or leave? That's a good one because when I my whole life before I met you, I was like, when somebody cheat, you need to dip, period. Like once they cheat, you should just be out. But now that I'm in love in a happy, long marriage, I don't know. I mean, I still stand on that, like you should leave. And especially if y'all just in a relationship, I think you should leave for sure. But No, I'm probably still gonna leave. It would be hard and I wouldn't want to, but I would just feel like I can't trust you no more. You know, our safe space is no longer safe. I would feel like at any point, like you could be out there cheating. You know, I wouldn't want to have that in my space, in my field. So I probably would break up even if I wouldn't want to, but I just feel like how can you rebuild that space?
Mm-hmm.
But also because I had even told you before, like, because I don't want to break up or divorce or none of that. So like, if you were to cheat, like, I probably would just open the marriage. Like, like if you cheated, that means that it's okay for us to cheat. So now I could do what I want to do. You can do what you want to do. But knowing me, I still wouldn't want to do anything. But just having the door open, I probably would do that. Like, I don't know. I probably would leave. I don't know. Just don't do it. We don't have to find out. But I do think, like, especially if someone cheated multiple times, I think you should leave. I think for sure, like, the one time you definitely probably should leave. I do believe that. But especially the second time, because it's a gray area. Like, sometimes, you know, there's kids involved or you've been together for so long and they just had a mistake or something. So I understand that. But I feel like if they've cheated at least more than once, they didn't learn from that, then you definitely, there's no ifs, ands, or buts about it. Like, you for sure should break up.
Yeah, I kind of feel like, well, I've had that with somebody, like, someone's like, oh, I won't do that again, but, like, they will.
Yeah.
I think I'm sorry, I think you teach people how to treat you. When you don't, when you just allow them back in and there's, like, you know, no repercussions for what just happened, no conversation or anything like that, then I think that person is likely to do it again. And continue to do it until they feel like they're ready to stop, or you know, at your breaking point. So I feel like those things should be cut out immediately. um and I'm not really sure about, you know, as far as like second chances. I think that, you know, it's up to the person, of course, but that's something that you really truly like destroy is like trust and faith in you as a person, because as of like right now you can go anywhere in the world and I'm not worried. But if somebody has been cheated on, I don't know if they'll be able to have that same.
Yeah, that's why I said like the safe space is not even safe anymore.
Yeah.
So I probably honestly would divorce, but I wouldn't want to, you know. But I do think
I think
like
you'll feel hurt.
yeah,
More so.
I think too if like say for instance if you were like not you because not you,
Yeah.
but someone was like inebriated and they did it, you know. But I don't know. I just kind of feel like that person don't respect you, love you, care for you like they once did. So I mean, I say all this because I haven't been cheated on. Like, we're good. But if you did, I think I would have to leave too because, like, I have to make a statement too. Like, you can't just play with me. Like, you know, like, especially, I think once someone cheats and you forgive them, you're teaching them, like, how to do it better. Like, oh, I got caught up because I left this phone in my number or a phone in my, you know, number in my pocket or whatever. So, like, next time I'm not going to do that. Or I cheated because I left my location on. Next time I'm going to turn it off. You know, so I just think, like, I think if someone has the capacity to cheat, then they're going to do it again. So I say I probably will stay or open it up, but I honestly think like I will really be out because I can't. How can I move forward without trust? You know?
Yeah, that's one of the, you know, foundations on a relationship. And you know, when you take a leg out of a foundation, it's bound to topple.
Exactly. That's a good way to do it. You took the leg off the table. It's not my fault it fell.
Exactly.
You took it off.
You took it off.
I like that. That's sad to even think about getting cheated on.
Have you ever been cheated on?
Mm-mm.
In any no relationship?
I would say maybe like emotionally, never physically though.
Okay, so how does that? Let me put this question down. How does emotional cheating work? As far as like, you know, does that change the situation, or
Not to me.
is physical worse?
I mean, I think showing any interest outside of who you committed to is is problematic. But I think like emotional cheating is just as bad because now your heart lies somewhere else. You know, like it's one thing to physically cheat, then it's just like okay, you just wanted some, you know, entertainment for that moment, but to that shows it's something deeper to me because you actively are looking for love or looking for a connection from someone, and you have that person right in front of you, but you're still actively seeking someone else. So I think that, and I think too, like, at least in my situation, it was like I can't say it wouldn't have been physical if it wasn't a distance, you know. So I feel like sometimes emotional is just leading up to the physical, and I feel like that's grounds for an affair, like how they be dragging it out for years, like.
Man, like some
That's
people
fake.
like, oh, I cheated on you for 8 years.
Yeah, if you cheated on somebody for a long time, like, you fake for that. I'm sorry, but you are.
Yeah. That's
One cheat, I'm not talking to you. That is still fake. I'm not talking to you. But if you've just like had a whole affair with, like, I don't respect that.
Yeah, there's been, I don't remember what show we were watching, but I think like the couple had been together maybe about 5 years, and out of those 5 years, she cheated on him for like 2 or 3 of them years. I'm like, so half of the time you guys were together, like you had a whole different life, like you had a whole different, you just had a whole different thing going on, like a like literally a double life going on.
Yeah, I view cheaters a little differently because I feel like a lot of people just, it's like equated to like, oh well, he's a man and men cheat, you know. I view people as people individually. So if you're a cheater, to me, that means that you specifically, you're a liar, you're disloyal, you can't be trusted, you know, and I see all those things in you. So I don't think it's like a blanket statement to say like these specific type of people cheat, but I do think like when I notice that someone is like acting a certain type of way, I'm like, I just attribute that to that's who you are.
I can see that.
Yeah.
I can see that. So let me get this question. If you could have any superpower, what would it be? Oh, I know this one.
Your face lit up. You already ready?
Because I'm excited. It would definitely be 100%, hands down, shapeshifting.
Why?
Because I could change into anything I wanted and be anybody that I should be, anything or anybody, or and you wouldn't even know where I was. Like literally, I could be a fly on the wall. I could literally be a fly on the wall, getting all the information that they talking about. Or shoot, I could go out and be a wolf and just run through the night. Like there's a lot of cool things that I love about the shape shifting thing. Like yeah, for sure. That would be my power.
That's a good one. Yeah. That's a good one. Usually people say like fly or read minds.
No, I would definitely say like, I don't know. I feel like that wouldn't be enough. Like I can only do one thing. Like even though I'm a shapeshifter, like I can shapeshift into many things. Flying is flying. That's it.
You can shapeshift into a bird and then fly.
Exactly. If I need to be super strong, I'm going. Let's go elephant mode. Like
not elephant mode.
Yeah, like Beast Boys. Do some rhino stuff. I don't know. Like I think there's a lot of different like versatility with me shapeshifting.
Yeah, she said I'm gonna pick them all.
Mm-hmm.
All in one. Can you tell if someone is attracted to you? I would say for the most part, yeah, I can. It's usually kind of, I don't want to say obvious, but evident for sure. Sometimes I don't. I'm not gonna say every single time I can tell, but I would say most of the time I can.
So if you gave it like a percentage, how good would you say you are?
I would say like 95%.
That's pretty high.
I agree.
That's an A.
Thanks.
That's pretty high.
Yeah, I'm pretty good at it.
Okay, that's nice.
There's like, you know, some that just kind of slide through that I don't realize, but for the most part, I think I'm pretty good at it.
We'll count that as the, like, you know, it's always gonna be some little outliers or a little different something there.
Yeah,
that's funny. I can't tell.
Yeah, we know. Well, I know. She can't tell. She think everybody's just being so friendly and so nice, and that's not even the case.
Well, like I think that I'm just being nice and friendly and open.
Being nice, yeah.
But that's what I think that I'm getting reciprocated as far as like,
you don't realize you'll be like, she'll be rude to everybody else in the room and then come be nice to you when you're like, she's just a nice person. Like, no, she's not. She likes you. It's okay.
I mean, I just never took it as that unless you have to really do something or say something to me like, hey, like I like you. You're cute. Like,
yeah, you just think everybody's so friendly.
I was, yeah, of course. I think if I'm being nice and friendly, I think they're doing the same thing. I didn't think that it was anything behind it, especially I mean, some people, they say they're just very nice people. So yeah, I mean, I've been accused of being a flirt. Like that was past things that I got in trouble for, even though I was literally just being friendly.
Yeah, we haven't had that issue though.
No,
luckily,
nah.
You don't notice though, but you haven't. I haven't felt like you flirted back. I feel like you just remained your nice, normal self.
Yeah, I think that's where they took the flirt.
Or you'll be like, "Oh, babe, look, she hooked it up this time. We got double. But one time you weren't there, we got double. She's so nice." Like,
well, shoot, I thought I was getting a little special treatment. Like,
yeah, you were. That's the
friends.
thing. You
It's
were
cool.
getting no, you were getting special treatment, but it wasn't to be friends.
Well,
more than friends.
I didn't know that at that point. I'm getting better at it. We'll say.
Yeah.
A little bit.
I'm gonna say debatable,
right?
We haven't really had a test recently, so we gotta wait for a test to come to see where you at. If you're gonna be able to notice, or if you're still gonna be like, she's so nice. I guess you just think people nice.
I do. I think people are just being friendly and just being nice.
Just
and
vibes.
Yeah, just vibes. And some of these people are I even told you, they said they straight. Like, they ain't work.
That does not matter.
What you mean that don't matter?
Because sexuality is a spectrum. It's not just a box you fall into. It's a spectrum. So, no.
So you saying this from here to here, and you just gonna slide scales wherever you are?
Yeah, it's from the straightest of the straight to the gayest of the gay, and where do you fall is different. Some women will claim straight. This is the furthest. They'll be like right here. Still some space.
See, like just a little bit of space for you.
Right. Whose turn is it?
I think it's mine.
No, you just answered that question about. Oh no, I did, and you answered it too, though.
Yeah.
So let's do a couple more.
Okay.
And then we'll wrap it up.
All right. So a couple more. Let's see.
How long?
I think you actually let this one slip back in there. If your partner cheats, should you break up?
Oh yeah, I must have put it in the wrong side.
Let's see.
This tea is so good.
Right. I love it. It's I think it's orange blossom.
Yeah.
All right, you got yours on tight.
Must be a good one.
Right. Would you ever want to be in an open relationship? No. No.
Then don't cheat.
No, I would never want to be in an open relationship. No, I'm not gonna cheat, but I would never want to be in an open relationship. I don't have that. I just don't have that capacity for multiple people. Like some people can actually be in a poly relationship, or I know that's different from open, but I think I'm selfish. And I wouldn't even call it selfish. Like I just want you to myself. Like I feel like you and me are, a team and a unit. So I feel like it should just be us. I wouldn't want to open a marriage to anybody else because, for me specifically, those things like love and intimacy and the things that I give you, I wouldn't feel comfortable giving to anybody else, nor would I be comfortable with anybody giving that to me that's not you. That's funny. But I wouldn't feel comfortable with that. And as far as I just think it's more, sacred as far as it's just us.
Right.
Like I don't want nor need another party in the relationship. And I think people when they do that, they add a whole new energy into the relationship, as much as you are working and being with one person, now you have to, deal with somebody, even if it is just like, oh, I'm just on an open relationship just for intimacy. Like, I don't need that. So, like, when you add somebody in, I don't want all the other stuff that goes along with it. I'd rather just keep us together. So I wouldn't participate in an open nor poly relationship or anything that has to deal with multiple people. That's like too much, too many, like the attitudes, the personalities and stuff. Like, it's just gonna start getting messy, and like, I'm good with just here, just us.
We great.
Yeah, just here.
I think we did ask this one already, actually. So let me pick another one.
Okay. You're missing the side of the bucket.
I must be. What do you think about straight women dating women because they're tired of men? I think if you have never expressed or had an interest in the same sex and you're solely doing it just because you've had your heart broken time and time again, I think that is disrespectful to date the same sex solely for that reason. I feel like you are using the other person to get what you weren't getting somewhere else. I feel like you feel like the same sex is just like like a easy like rebound, a settle, like a place to just, well, I can't get what I really want, so let me just go over here. And I think that's like rude too, because I believe that if you do that, if someone does that, then when a man actually does come around and give them everything they want, no matter how deep they are with that woman, I still think that that man is going to hold a lot of weight in determining if she's going to stay or go. I don't think it's going to be a point where it's like, I'm in love, I'm here now. I think it'll still be like, this is what I've been wanting all along. And I think that could lead to a lot of heartbreaks from the person who actually was gay and actually was interested and actually, now they got their heart broken because you was just killing time basically until a man came around and acted right.
Yeah. Yeah, I could definitely see that. And I've, heard that quite a bit of like, people saying like, oh, I'm tired of men. I'm going over to the other side. I'm about to date women. And it's kind of interesting to me, I guess. Not, it's interesting because it's like, do you think that that doesn't happen in, gay and lesbian relationships? Do you think that women don't, break each other's hearts and stuff? Because I've met some women and they have been ruthless, like root to the list, like just totally. And I feel like that people need to understand that there's bad and knuckleheads and both genders. Just because it happens over there doesn't mean it's not gonna happen over here, right? Or vice versa. Like, you really gotta like stand up and be strong to yourself, like, and not get into something just because something else didn't work out as far as being tired. So right, I agree with that stance.
Nice.
So we're gonna do one more each.
One more each.
All right, let's get a good one. Let's get a good one.
She said, I want to do all of them.
Right. Let's see. What do you think about the idea that studs are trying to act like men?
That's the perfect one for you,
right? Okay, so that's perfect. What do I think? I think that people are mistaken in the first place about studs trying to be men. Like, I think that studs are presenting more masc and everything because that's how they're comfortable presenting. I don't think it has to deal with anything being a man. I think that has to do with society putting aside like, oh, this is men's clothes versus women's clothes. So, there are stuff that they do with women's clothes that I don't like, that makes me uncomfortable. Like, for instance, jeans are a perfect item to talk about first, because with jeans, normally when they cut them for a woman's body, they're accentuating like the hips and the butt and like, you know, different things that I'm not really trying to cut and show like my butt or like show like what curves my thighs have. Like I'm more comfortable with the straight leg jean, or I may be more comfortable with the regular shirt instead of like having a blouse that, you know, is cupping my chest in areas that I don't want to be grabbed in. And of course, like, yes, they have larger shirts. You don't have to wear that kind of item. You can wear like looser shirts and stuff like that, but they're just not as cool to me. It doesn't vibe with me. And I don't think that studs are trying to be men. I think studs are being themselves, and people attribute it to that because they attribute masculine to men already. So if you're already acting or if you're already perceived as masculine, they're already gonna already say like, "Oh, you're trying to be a man," because they attribute these clothing items or my attitude or maybe the way I talk or whatever it is to being a man instead of saying like that's me individually. So I say studs are definitely not trying to be men at all. Like I'm not a man. Like, and I will say that in any of my stuff. Friends will say I'm not a man. I don't want to be a man. Like I'm just being me. So I kind of think that people should understand that it's a comfortability thing. Like I wear these clothes, I dress the way I do, I talk the way I talk, I rock the way I rock because it's me. Like nobody asks these questions about, you know, anybody else that is, you know, dressing how they dress as far as that.
Yeah. I think a part of the disconnect is because society teaches us that masculine, like you said, is strictly for men and women are strictly feminine. When, again, I believe that it's energy and it's a spectrum. Meaning, like, I believe that there's some men out there that's more feminine than me, you know?
Agreed.
And I don't think that they're any less of a man. They're still a man. They're just a very feminine man. That's just what it is. And I think, like you said, some women are just masculine women, and there's some masculine men and masculine women. I think it's just pretty much it's just where your energy reside, like who you are as a person. But I don't believe that every single thing that exudes masculine energy is a man.
Yeah.
Because, like I said, there's a lot of men out there that's far more feminine than me.
I agree with that because there's definitely, and I'll say there's more women that are more masculine than I am.
Oh yeah.
That they present way more than I do, and that's that I wouldn't want to go even as far as they're going, but they're going that far because that's what makes them comfortable. That's who they are. And I think if everybody respected that, they would have a better understanding about, you know, why people are dressing the way that they dress. I think it's kind of like even weird to have that, you know, thought about it because I think people are just people and people are going to be people. Like they're going to express.
That's a good answer. Okay, last but not least.
What is it?
Do you think someone should marry into a family that doesn't like them? I'm gonna say, okay, well, I don't want to give like exclusive answer and just say no, because I do know that like there are certain circumstances where I would agree that they should get married, but I believe overall if the family is actively going against you guys' relationship, because it's one thing if the family just don't really care for you, they don't talk to you, they just kind of keep their distance from you. I don't really think that should be like a deterrent. But if the family is like actively like trying to tear you guys apart, or like, I know you guys are hanging out, but I'm gonna invite you only, you know, or I know you're on a date, but I'm just gonna call you anyway, like just doing things intentionally to break you guys up, then I definitely think that you should not not be with that person, because like I said already, I believe in soulmates, and I don't think your soulmate will have a family that don't accept you, because I feel like when you're with your soulmate, that's a divine partnership, and that is something that is designed and ordained by God. So I don't think, I mean, maybe He will want you to overcome that, but I think in general, I think it's gonna be easy, and your family will be supported, especially when, like, I think too, because like I can handle, like say your family didn't like me. I can handle the heat, I can handle the pressure, but if we have a child, and this family is like, your family's like, oh, you act like this, you must have got that from your mama, or like I wouldn't want someone to like, and it may not be intentional, it may just because they view me in a negative way, they're gonna take it out on my child. So I wouldn't, me personally, I wouldn't do that. I would just take that as a sign, like, oh, this not my person.
Yeah, I could see that.
Yep.
That's a good answer. I would probably be out too, especially if there's a lot of things to be said.
Yeah.
All right. So you ready, or you want to do one more and we both answer?
All right, we'll do one more and we both answer.
All right.
You want to pick it?
Do that.
You want to pick it?
Nah. You get it.
You want to pick it?
Okay. Let me see. Let me pick it. Let's do one more.
Pick a good one.
Okay. Let me
put it back.
I put it back. Let me see.
Do you think exes should rekindle their relationship after breaking up? You first.
I was basically taught that exes are exes for a reason. And when you return to that relationship, you're more likely to fall out again because you guys have already fallen out. I think it would have to take some reflection and some, a lot of time apart, more so than like, oh yeah, we broke up for like 2 months or even a month, and then like you're back trying to figure it out with that person. I think that exes probably shouldn't necessarily rekindle anything because like I think you should leave it, where it is. Sometimes I think that the damage is irreparable. So I would say like exes shouldn't really rekindle, but I do believe that there are situations that you can rekindle, and I've known, people that actually got back with somebody and it works for a little bit, but then after a few months it's done.
Yeah.
So I would kind of say no. I think so. I think no.
I can agree with you. I do think that there are some circumstances where it's okay. Like, for instance, you guys know you're going to be moving apart. Like, say one is going to college, or maybe it was just not the right time. I think that would be appropriate. But like you said, I do think it has to be like a lot of time that's lapsed, because I just personally believe that if you break up and then you get back together a short time after, I feel like you guys' relationship wasn't strong enough to overcome that challenge. And you broke up until the challenge dissipated. But now that the challenge is over, you guys want to rekindle. And that's cool, but what about when there's another challenge, that you guys can't overcome? I feel like that usually turns into like a break up to make up kind of cycle. So for me personally, once I'm done, I'm out. But I could see why some people should. But I think overall, I think it could be like a cycle of negativity, especially if you guys, like you said, didn't have time to reflect. No actual changes were made. And I think too, when you break up with someone, like, and you start to go into the real world, because I think a lot of people have the mindset of like, I could be pulling so many people. Like I could go back out and just date. I could have so many people on me, So I think when that person goes out and they realize it's kind of dry out there, they realize nobody's really interested in them, then they start to look back and reminisce, and they only see the good things. They don't remember why y'all broke up. They just remember like, oh, well, she always used to listen to me. I used to have fun hanging out with her after work. As opposed to like, okay, but she's actually very impatient and I need someone who takes a lot of time with me. I don't think they think in that respect. I think it's more so in like solely the good things, and you want that back because you miss it. Right. So I would say it could be tricky. I think if you're going to break up, make sure you really want to break up before you do. Like that would be my biggest advice. Even if y'all just need to stay together. I'm not saying take a break, but like say like, you know what, let's just take a break, not take a break, but let's just not talk to each other for 3 days to where we can have our own ideas uninfluenced by one another. Let me take some time to reflect. This is a lot to process. I don't want to break up with you. I'm still fully committed to you, but I just need to see how I can move forward.
Okay.
So I feel like if there's some situations, I think that would be more appropriate than just breaking up. Because for me personally, that'll make me feel like I can't trust you. Because if it gets too hard, you're gonna leave me.
Because I mean, it shows
it happened.
It happened.
Yeah.
So how do you come back from that?
Right.
Especially if like something may happen as life goes.
Right.
So you don't ever know like when that breaking point is going to be the breaking point, and that breaking point be actually done finito. Like I'm blocking you. I'm not talking to you again.
Yeah, and I think there's always going to be a disconnect with that. So, like, say a couple broke up because of finances, right? So I feel like you guys, okay, y'all both got back in y'all bag, got some money, got back together. But as soon as something financial comes up, you're going to be afraid or hesitant to talk to that person about it because you don't want to break up. So I feel like it creates a space to where you're not completely open and honest because, last time we talked about money, we broke up. I love you. I don't want to lose you. So let me just deal with this on my own, or let me make this decision on my own. Like, I feel like in whatever y'all broke up, whatever the reason that for the breakup, I feel like there will always be like a disconnect and a level of distrust there.
Yeah, I can agree with that.
Cute. That was fun.
Yes, I do think our dog showed up in the the video. I do want to
say hi, Ellie. Come here.
Hi, Papa. Come here.
This is our son.
This is our son, Oliver. He is a mini Aussie, so a mini Australian Shepherd. He's a blue marrow, and he's like the sweetest boy ever. So
smart.
Exactly. So you'll probably see him pop in sometimes in our videos. Thank you, boy. Give him kisses. Thank you. So you'll probably see him popping up in our videos sometimes. He also has his own Instagram and things that we've started. So you'll be seeing him around and seeing him a lot.
His Instagram is Aussie Boy Ollie. And yeah, he has his own page too, so we'll definitely stay connected and grow as a family. So you'll be seeing a lot more of him.
Yeah. Ready? Okay, good boy.
So as we always say, see the light in each other, be the light for each other. If you guys have any questions that you want us to add to the bucket, drop them in the comments and we will shout out your username as well as your question.
Yeah, make sure you like, comment, subscribe, hit that notification bell if you want to, be alerted to our new material, because we'll be posting, I think we discussed it, we'll be posting probably about 2 to 3 times a week. So we want you guys to stay tuned with us and, be here with us.
Yes.
And watch us on our journey. And we are so excited to start this with you guys.
We are. And thank you for watching.
Thank you for watching, y'all.
Okay.
Nuka. All right, peace.
Bye.